Welcome back to the Means Report, focusing on our children and how we can help them and the consequences that await them from a legal standpoint if they make the wrong choices. Margaret Adams, let me return to you, the program director for Columbia County when it comes to the juvenile court system. You go into the schools. You see these children face to face. How often do you see them? How long do you speak to them? What's that encounter like?
Normally we spend about anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes with the kids and offering them an opportunity to ask the judge any questions they may have in mind that they want some clarity on. We spend a lot of time with the kids talking to them about choices and consequences because we both feel that kids make choices without giving any consideration to what's going to happen after the choice is made. So we spend a lot of time on that. We spend a lot of time with the kids talking to them about being kind. We even have bracelets that we pass out to the kids, and one of them have here says simply passing kindness forward, one act at a time. We also encourage the kids to think. And that's something kids don't do. They're very reactive when we have a whole lot of adults that don't do that as well. But we encourage the kids to think before you speak, think before you act, think before you react. If the kids were to practice that, think about the power of their words. And this is one of the bracelets that we've been passing out for years to the kids. We let them know that their words have power. The words that they speak, they're either going to lift somebody up, make somebody feel good, or they're going to just the opposite. They're going to desecrate somebody. They're going to make somebody feel bad. They're going to hurt feelings. They're going to destroy images. And even as kids, their words are so powerful that it has the ability to do that. So we spend a lot of time. Normally I go first and speak to the kids when we go into the school, and then the judge comes. I offer them words of encouragement, nuggets on how not to break rules, break regulation, and basically all they got to do is think before. You think before you speak. If someone spoke to me in that manner, how would I feel? Put yourself in that person's place. If someone treated me the way I'm treating them, how would I personally feel? And for them to learn not to be so reactive. If someone says something unkind to you, if you speak unkind to them, then what's the difference between the two of you?
Nothing.
So we absolutely spend a lot of time encouraging the kids to think before you speak, think before you act, think before you react. And after that part, the judge normally comes up and he shares with them some of the crimes offenses that the kids can break, the laws that they break, and how they end up in our system.
Can you tell the kids who are paying attention and the kids who are ignoring you right there in that moment?
You can, but most of the kids are paying attention. The reason I come on after Margaret, I give them an opportunity to ask me any question they want. Any question. I don't have the winning lottery numbers, but I tell them they can ask any questions. And they ask a lot of intelligent questions about what kind of things do we have, what kind of punishment could you receive. If they went to the YDC, what is the YDC like? But they ask intelligent questions, and they ask questions for friends, i.e. the question for themselves. When they have a question about a friend, it means that's the question they're asking for themselves. And I understand that, and we take time. All children are special. And when they're thinking about a question and they want to ask you, adults need to take the time to respond. It's no different than parents at home. I encourage all parents to take time at night to either eat dinner together or have family time together to see how your day went. Like we talked earlier about your phones. You know, your children get used to after you eat dinner, they just leave your phone. I want to see what you're doing today on your phone. They can just leave the phone and let the kids go off.
What is improper touching? You mentioned that you see that a lot in your courtroom. How do you cross that line?
Well, if you took a young lady and you grabbed her on the butt or you touched her on her breast without her permission, that could be considered sexual battery. It goes the same thing if a young lady was to do it to a young man. It's improper. Simple battery is just the mere touching. Someone touches you, or could be push you or something else. But sexual battery is the improper touching, and a lot of times, depending on the grade level, sometimes the young men are put up to it by their friends like, hey, go down the hallway and touch this girl on the butt. Only trouble is you can get punished for that.
Yeah, that can be battery.
Well, it can be sexual battery, but again, the purpose is talking to the schools to get them to understand what's going on.
Margaret, are you wearing a butterfly today by chance? if you're, okay, you have a butterfly on your finger, and I love what I read about you once, the significance of the butterfly and the stage at which you encounter children. Tell us about that.
Well, I love the butterfly because the butterfly didn't come here as a butterfly. It's a transformation. That's the same thing with children, you know. And what I try to tell them is that when they're kids, they're in the cocoon stage. They are there and they have this protective covering. And the covering is composed of mama, daddy, grandmothers, grandparents, your big brothers. It's a village of people that serve as protection. These people absolutely know more than they do. So when they set limits and boundaries, they're there to protect you, as you, very much like the caterpillar, as you are shaped and you mature and you grow. And if you come out of that cocoon too early, you're going to be damaged. You may not make it. But if you can just adhere to the rules and regulations, limits and boundaries that your loving parents have in place for you, you're apt to survive. And this is what I tell them, that if a butterfly comes out too early, it's damaged, it cannot fly. What every parent wants their kid to do is to be able to fly on their own. And this is why, as the judge was saying, if your kid have a telephone, you bought the phone, why can't you
stay in control of it?
Yeah.
Are all kids born good, Judge Flanagan?
Yes. All kids are good. Most children I've ever seen are good. They just need parents to spend more time with them.
Well, I appreciate the time that you both have dedicated to our children. It's your life's work, and I'm extremely grateful to both of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, ma'am. This door is always open for Margaret Adams and Judge Doug Flanagan. They do a world of good for our children, and as you heard them both say, you can do a world of good too at home. Just the little things add up.